My regular camera's not cooperating right now, so we are on the MacBook camera, gentlemen. Yes, please. Well, yes, Tyson. Indeed, it was tough. It was beyond tough, if I'm going to be honest with you. Um, but you know, you win some, you lose some, and we'll take what's in between. He said, Dallin, what's up, my guy? What's up, Logic? So we shouldn't be mad we lost. Thunder, a tough team. We should be happy we kept it a close game. I'm going to tell you this, and this is probably the most audacious thing I've ever done before. Everybody knows I try and keep the channel like pretty family friendly, show the content to whoever. I went on my Twitter with 32 seconds left in the game and typed out and sent in 2 seconds. Fuck it, Collin Sexton is him. Because that last effort over 2 minutes of the game was just extraordinary. It was something I expect that level of intensity from him? Yes. But did I actually expect him to make all the plays that he made? No, I didn't. So the simple fact that he was able to do that and keep them in the game to that extent, he was going buck. That's crazy. What is that? Oh, no, don't get me banned, please. It was honestly just some of the most impressive basketball that I've ever seen him play. Markkanen became kind of a liability being on the court at one point. Defensively, you had to have him because between him and Collins, obviously, he's the one you want protecting the paint, right? The issue, though, came from when he went 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and then on that last possession that ended up leading to that review, when what you mean? When they weren't going to review it because we were just going to play the jump ball because the referees were inconclusive on it, so they were just going to give it a jump. Once the Thunder's coach elected to go ahead and challenge it because he thought that they would get possession of the ball, only to not get possession of the ball, but still win the challenge because technically they were in the golden because, it did overturn the call. So they won the call, but didn't get the ball. So he lost, really. But in that situation, when Collin gets the ball and drives down this, like literally spears down the lane, I'm looking and I see the person in the corner and I thought it was Larry Markkanen. It was not Larry Markkanen. It was Walker Kessler, which I didn't hate, but then he also couldn't capitalize on Chet Holmgren's lack of weight and boom that on him. That possession kind of got me a little bit. But I mean, all in all, that last 2 to 3 minute stretch, I can't ask for anything more. I'm not going to lie. When you're down 9 points, being able to consistently execute while they're trying to go bucket for bucket back with you, it's difficult to be successful in that situation. And quite honestly, specifically Collin Sexton, he went out of his way to do a lot. Now, he did have that one dime where the screen was not terrific. I believe Walker Kessler comes to the top of the key, sets a screen for Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson peels off of it into a swing from Collin as Collin enters the right wing area, swings it back to the middle, stops on a dime, catches the ball. What's that 3? I was like, oh, no, we're cooking. But unfortunately, the kitchen closed after that for us, at least. But you know what? All I can say is SGA is really him. SGA is that guy. He is honestly, in my personal opinion, the front runner for MVP. I understand people that will make the case for Joel Embiid, rightfully so. He outplayed Jokic in a head-to-head. I'm gonna go SGA. right? I think if you take them off of their respective teams, the team that gets hurt the most is the Thunder, because he not only is he the hub offensively, but defensively, he is that lock. And another thing that was really surprising to start the game, 5 minutes and 15 seconds in, Dunn has to see the bench because he has 3 fouls. He has 3 fouls. James, I do want to touch on that because I'm actually going to have to look back at all of the foul calls that led to him getting 17 free throws. 17 is kind of crazy. J-Dub was that good? I didn't think J-Dub was going to turn it on in this game. I knew he was tough. I did not think he was going to turn it on against us. I should have. Lou Dort was out. What was I thinking? Gavin, you said we shouldn't be mad we lost. Thunder, a tough team. Happy it kept a close game. It was great, especially the way we weathered the storm and were able to keep it tight going into the fourth. In the fourth quarter, things got real bad that first 6 minutes, right? Well, 4.5, because it was like around the 8-minute mark, the 7 minutes and 30 seconds mark, when things finally got back competitive. But they started stretching out that lead, and it was getting bad. That said, they weathered the storm. Collin Sexton was clutch in the end, and ultimately we weren't able to finish the job. And that's okay, right? That's okay, because they came out, ultimately their first quarter was just that good. That was the difference maker for them, because for us, we didn't have a great first quarter, and we played the other quarters doing catch up, and that was like the biggest issue for us. Granted, we did execute. They just out-executed us early on, and that's what pained us. Our zone was not working in the beginning, and they exploited it, and that was ultimately, I guess, the story of the game, because we kept trying to come back from the deficit that we put ourselves in. You said, at least people know we can contend against the Thunder? Yeah. As much as I like to defend the coaching staff, what were we doing in this song? Yeah, Tay, yeah, you told me. Allowing Giddey had 10 boards. That's actually that's not okay. That's actually not okay, especially against us, the best offensive rebounding team in the league. That's actually concerning. Lakers think they can just casually get Sexton. I did see that report. I thought some YouTuber made that video, and I watched the video. It was so outrageous. I was like, because in my head it made sense. I thought Lakers and the Heat, just in general, as soon as Collin played like his second great game as a starter, I was like, those two teams are probably going to come calling at some point. But the Lakers really weren't in a slump at the point. The Heat were kind of up in the air, but they just haven't had a genuine point guard. So when I saw them doing that, I was like, all right, yeah, nah, y'all are done. Y'all are done. It's cooked. It's cooked. You mean to tell me when Collin Sexton first got drafted on the stage, when he was getting interviewed, he said, LeBron, I can't wait to come play with you. That same year, LeBron left, right, to go to the Lakers. You think now he's going to just get magically traded to the Lakers just to benefit LeBron and AD? I'm not so sure about that one. Especially not after a performance like this, because you can't – these are the games where it's like, even though he is length and vertically challenged, right, you can't teach what he was able to execute and properly do in that last 2.5 minutes. You can't expect people to just do that on a consistent basis. So him being able to do that, of all people, it's one of those things where it's like, call a spade a spade. He's like that. He's tough. He's cold. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. It would have been so hilarious if we won the game because of the challenge. No, that would have been hilarious. Beyond hilarious, honestly. Hoop Fest with a game? Absolutely. Say we tried? Yeah. Too many boards given? Yeah. We didn't win the glass as much as we needed to. SGA got so many foul calls. He's so smart. He's a very savvy player. 17 was crazy, which is why 17 free throws is crazy, which is why I do want to go back and look at the actual fouls that all led to it. But it wouldn't surprise me if all 6 to 8 of them were him catching people out of position, because that's something that really good guards do. And it's like, you get pissed as a defender because it's like, I did most of my job right. It's just, because my arm was straightforward when he bumped me. Now I'm not in a really defensible position. So technically that's a foul. And it's like, little knowledge of the game like that. It's not sexy. It's not really beautiful to watch, but it's just part of the game, and you have to respect it as such. That said, I didn't imagine Prime Harden when he was with the Rockets. I hated the way he foul baited. That pissed me off. Like, it's one thing if you get somebody in the air and they're jumping towards you and you still shoot the ball anyways. That's fine. No issue with that, right? But if somebody jumps and then you jump into them to get a foul call, that's too much. Because now you're getting they were good. They were good. They weren't going to foul you. And you wanted to foul that bad. That's too much for me. But credit to SGA. He's a leader. He's a great defender. He's a great facilitator. He's a great scorer of the basketball. And he led his team to get the job done today. Tough environment, tough game. They got the job done. And credit to them, because out of all the teams to do it, they were on a 2-game skid, I believe. They lost to the Clippers in pretty convincing fashion, actually. So this was one of those games they had to get back, and that they did. They got out to an early lead. They held that lead, and they closed it the way they needed to. But in his own defense, it was the main reason we lost. In the beginning, it really caught us tough. Or as a Canadian who plays in Oklahoma, get the best whistle in the league. Best whistle in the league. It was good. You say he is, but also gets such cheap calls. I do see that. I do see that happening. Yeah. Random side note. Why do Utah Jazz fans hate Josh Giddey? They were booing every time he touched the ball. I think it was just because of like his allegations. I'm not sure if like Utah fans are if that's the only stadium he plays in where they do that. But I would imagine it's very easy to do if you're not going to sit there and like call him like a weirdo. Booing him is probably the next best thing and the more appropriate thing, I suppose, in today's day and age. Was a stretch. What was that stretch at the start of the fourth where we had turnover after turnover and the lead ballooned? Yeah, that first 4.5 minutes was a very ugly sight to behold, honestly. And I hope that was an anomaly, to be quite honest. You said, Dave, you said, what was the stretch? Oh, no, I just read that. Honestly, having Keontae George in the fourth screwed us, but I understand he's developing, get those reps. Yes. The thing about Keontae is recently, since he got moved back to the bench, we've done a lot better about playing him quality minutes, like minutes where he needs to learn the situation without completely destroying the team's ability to be successful in those situations. But at the same time, tonight was one of those nights where it actually bit us in the butt hard enough to where we paid the ultimate price, and it really set us back. But who's to say, if we don't play him, who's to say that Collin Sexton still goes off and makes it a tight game? Maybe we just stay stagnant and trade buckets back and forth, and lose by 9. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that, lessons were learned. Not Dior, bro. I'm mad they lost this. It was tough. It was not a good one, but it's necessary experience. It's necessary experience. Shay's the new James Harden. Absolutely. I can't agree on that one, James. Ref Merchant might be crazy. Does he get a lot of calls? Yes, because here's the thing. It's easy for refs to give him calls because he's savvy enough to get certain calls, so it's not a stretch for the referee to call the whistle in anticipation of a certain type of contact for him. It's kind of like if you're known for getting to the rim and instead of going right up and laying the ball up, you're known for pump faking. If you pump fake and the guy just barely grazes you and you don't actually go up, but it was just the motion of you pump faking, the refs are more likely to blow the whistle because they've watched in action you just consistently going through the motions of getting fouled in that situation. So they're expecting it to what? Happen again. So as soon as they see any contact at all, they're going to blow the whistle. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's as egregious as James Harden because James Harden would literally hunt fouls. I don't see Shea hunting fouls. I see him, if the foul presents himself, then he'll take it, right? But I always see him looking to make a shot. I don't see him just like being a goofball out there. How many games do you think we could win on the road? I think we're more of a 50-50 team on the road now. Maybe 60-40, depending on who we're playing. Shea's great at driving to the rim, cocking his head back 7 times trying to get a whistle. Hey, I will say that, yeah, he does do that. He does do that. Gabby, you said we need to reshape the narrative from Joel Embiid to bring the foul merchant guards, like Zach being foul merchants. What's crazy is the percentage of his points that are fouls is actually less than he's outside of the top 5, I believe. If memory serves me right, because I saw the metric like yesterday afternoon. Sexton a fighter, and he needs a squad full of warriors. And the Lakers not like that. No, the Lakers will not fight with him like that. I would now that said, I would love to see Collin Sexton and LeBron on the same team. I think Collin has that rejuvenated vigor and energy that, in a way, Kyrie had at the very beginning of his career. That hunger, but amplified like if you just gave him the serum, which would look nice alongside LeBron. But the rest of those guys aren't cut like that. So respectfully, of course, right? I'm not saying the Lakers are trash. I'm not saying the players are trash. I'm just saying their personalities don't mesh well and their games wouldn't mesh well. So for that reason, no, Collin is fine where he's at. We like him. I bought this jersey, right? I have a Cleveland jersey, but I like this one. So we're gonna keep this one. We're gonna keep my wall looking like this. There's no need to go extra. He said, Yup, when your arm is forward, he'll just rip through and it's a foul. Yeah. How's it a foul if your defender is in the air and you jump into the person? That nowadays they dashed it. Like if it's very obvious where somebody gets airborne and if they were to land, they would not contact with your body and you jump forward or to the side into them while shooting, they're not giving the foul. But for example, that last one on Collin Sexton where he picked up his 4th foul when we were down. How much were we down? We were down 6, and he made both free throws to put us down 8. In that situation, Collin was hand checking the entire time. I love a good hand check. Hand checks are illegal. I think they should bring them back. But, hand checks, you can't do that. But the refs let them play, you know what I'm saying? And they get to the side. And Collin swats the arm the first time. The ref didn't blow the whistle on the first swat. It was the second one once he got airborne and his hand was still on him and he's on it. And then it was at that point the ref blows the whistle. And then Collin's mind is, well, he's actually going to shoot this shot. He's not just going to chuck the ball in the air. So let me go ahead and actually foul him now. So that's when his arm came down over the top. In that situation, fair play by Shea. Good defense by Collin. He did the best that he could. I'm not mad at it at all. And how many wide open threes did John miss? I swear, like 4. He played well besides that, though. Yeah, John was it's hard to really pace John these days, specifically this game, because offensively he was really stunning. Besides his lack of 3-point shooting today, he was pretty stunning. That said, defensively, he wasn't terrific, and that's why at the end of the game you saw Walker Kessler starting, because Walker Kessler has the higher box score plus minus in closing game situations. That said, Walker doesn't shoot the 3 ball nearly as good as John Collins does. So the issue with that was we found ourselves in situations where there wasn't that extra person in the corner to go 5 out, but still Collin Sexton was knifing his way down the lane, making a way to get either a foul call or get to the bucket. And either way, I'm willing to live and die by that one for sure. Okay, but on a positive note, Kessler was amazing. Not his defense was Gobert. That was the one thing. Kessler's jumper wasn't falling, but you had to play him because that defense was something else. It was something else the entire time he was on the floor. I didn't check to see how many minutes he played, but I would assume he played, if not the same, slightly more minutes, because this was one of those ones where you needed him on the court. That Sexton throwdown at the end should give contention for dunk of the year. Utah made Czech look super. He dunked on SGA too. Don't leave SGA out. SGA tough, but he dunked on both of them. He pulled that thing back. I did not see that happening. Like I looked away from my screen for a second because I was indulging, and then I look up and I just see Collin Sexton like stanced, and I was like, "Whoa, what just happened?" And then they played the replay. I was like, It was good. It was good. No shame in that loss. OKC is tough. Absolutely. This was a great game. We lost. I was pretty sure we would never lose again. We were the best there ever was. Hey, still good though. Actually, there we go. Fix Zach's thing. Okay, cool. Hoops Fest, you said we're going to play 6 away games in a row now. Hey, back on the road. Back on the road. Anything in the top 10 of the stat is ridiculous. Fair play. If Sexton was 6'4", he would be one of the greatest players ever. If 6'4", he'd be Anthony Edwards. Literally, like Anthony Edwards and Collin Sexton are basically the same player. They're just two different heights. They shoot similar shots. They're both dogs. I mean, that's it. That's it. That's all. Flair, you said, hey, tough loss today for y'all. Can't wait until y'all play my Warriors since it got canceled. I was really looking forward to it. Yeah, it was gonna be a good game. This was a really good test of both teams here. I'll say that. So I am happy for that situation. Or let me rephrase what I just said because that can be clipped and misled. I'm happy that we were able to play the Thunder with the days full of rest instead of on the back half of a back-to-back. I'll put it that way. First quarter really buried us. Need Lowry involved earlier. Dunn being in foul trouble, probably that part. Yes, 3 fouls in 5 minutes. It's insane. That's borderline. What's his name? That's borderline Kelly Olynyk. A little bit worse actually. But yeah, that was crazy because I look at it and I'm watching the game cast because I was in the car, and I saw that part and I was baffled, honestly. Also, when they fouled Walker Kessler and we were down 6, I think that was crucial for them. I was so mad. Yeah. When Sexton made the dump off pass, I thought Walker was Lowry. So I was like, oh, we about to get a 3. They sat there and left off the best shooter on the court. Oh, nah, y'all done. But then I realized when he was coming down here, like, no, Lowry don't move like that. It's definitely Walker. And then, I mean, the challenge was successful and we got the ball, but Fontecchio's 3 just didn't find the rim. And it was what it was. Just what's what it was. They did it on purpose. Lukewarm take. I think Walker could be Defensive Player of the Year. Lukewarm? Yeah. Lukewarm. Yeah. 2 to 3 years minimum. Yeah, for sure. Wait, minimum? I'd say maximum. 2 to 3 years maximum. I think as early as next year. Not this season, obviously, but next season he could. So close. Some adjustments to limit turnovers, a couple less unlucky bounces from Lowry up close, and we win the game. Realistically, yeah. All good streaks come to an end. Yeah, everything comes to pass, but it'll be okay. Oh, Zach, you realized? Yeah, wrenched me. Yeah. Really impressed by Sexton's playmaking today. Absolutely. Niels in his Wraith Knights me on the wrench shout out. Of course, Zach. I had to, man. I had to. Jackson been the highlight of 24. Yeah. Kessler was a plus 15 tonight. John Collins was a negative 19. Yeah. Collins was scoring, but like the lack of defensive prowess that he just simply doesn't have makes the difference a lot of times. No. When they fouled him on purpose and he missed one. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. I was actually kind of pissed because they really got bailed out. And I'm listening to the commentator. Walker shoots 49% from the free throw line as he misses the first one. And he makes the second one. I was like, oh, my God. Because I literally had to I recorded his video and Keontae George's yesterday, like I said. And that burned me a little bit. Dunn had 6 assists in 13 minutes. I wish he could have had more minutes, but they have to develop Keontae. Yeah. Also, I feel like Dunn would have played more minutes had he not caught those fouls as early as he did in the game. Like that really set things back. Because usually he plays like the first 8-ish minutes of the game. And then catches like 5 to 10 more throughout the rest of the game. Kings might lose, so that's good for the standings. Kings been sliding a bit for real. Nice. I have to go. Good night. Good night, Dallin. I appreciate you popping in, buddy. Have a good one, Dallin. Yes, sir. Boxing one is hard to hold up against a team with players as dynamic as OKC's. Yeah. How do you watch the games? NBA Pass? Yeah. I ended up getting League Pass. I thought Team Pass was going to do it, but obviously they're not my local team, so League Pass it was. And League Pass I bought. Monthly subscription, yes, sir. It's worth it. It's worth it. Mm-hmm. Jazz fan in Texas? I'm in North Carolina, buddy. I mean, technically, I guess you're closer. Well, depending on what part of Texas you're in, but still nice. Street me. What? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Real quick, let's go over the numbers from this one. Arizona, really, Manny? Nice. Okay. I actually was doing a live, or I was doing a video with Lee actually earlier before the game started, and I predicted the game score would be no. I said no team will win by more than 6, and then I backed up a little bit and I said actually I don't see either team winning by double figures. I'm gonna say either way the game's inside of 12 points. Granted, it was inside of 12 points. It was actually inside of my original prediction, but I backed up off it. Unfortunately, the video has not made it out the drafts because what do you call it? Lee's internet is a little bit rough. But oh well, there's Lee right there. Notification right there. Yep, yes sir. Utah here. Torbely, yes sir. Washington here. Nice, nice. Streamy still a little brony. Hey, it don't matter. It don't matter none. Jazz have gotten so much media lately. Teams are gonna take for granted going forward. Mm-hmm. Ogden. Streamies was bugging today for real. Yes, sir. Hoop Fest has been heavy lately, man. Not for me. Lucky. Love seeing the new videos from big content creators about jazz. Shows the impact that the boys are making. Mm-hmm. Kelly here. Monty. Jazz will never win another. Don't say that, Monty. Don't say that. We're about to come back. We're about to come back. It's in due time. Will Hardy getting tons of love too. Yeah, it's about time. It's about mother time. Yeah. Let's look at some numbers. 15 of 17. Golly, brother. They shot 55.8% from the field. Hoopfest, yes. Yeah. How would I forget you? No, Hoopfest. I remember the OGs because I remember you commenting under the videos, and I would respond on my phone at the time because I wasn't always responding on my computer. Like nowadays, every now and then I'll set aside a certain period of time and I'll just hop on and look at my comment sections and like answer everything. But no, I used to answer you on my smartphone, like I was texting you. No, I remember you, buddy. Jasper becomes a Mitchell Robert. So for me, I was a stout defender of the ever so lovely Rudy Gobert. And when he got that big contract, I'm a big defense guy. Defense is really important to me. So he was always that guy where it was like, people are like, oh, he has no offensive back. He's the most bagless big of all time. And I'm like, yes, I understand. But at the same time, his defense is second to none. If you can affect somebody's field goal percentage at the rim that drastically, you're worth the money. Because we pay guys that to score 25, right? So if he can make you shoot more than 15% under the average, give it to me. And then Collin Sexton and Larry Markkinen got traded there, specifically Collin Sexton because I've been watching him since he was in high school. And it just kept going from there. And then you guys also appreciated the content the most, so I changed this channel to be specifically about the Utah Jazz. And so it's just been all the way downhill from there. You said, I hope we go 4-2 on the road trip. I think it's definitely feasible. For sure, James. Mm-hmm. Manny, you're out. Good night. Appreciate you tuning in for a minute, buddy. Let me see. See you for the road trip. Mm-hmm. But to look at some numbers, let me see. 55.8% from the field, 43.8% from three. They were 14 of 32, and then they were 24 for 28 from the free throw line, 85%. 85.7%, which isn't crazy. Realistically, we actually had more free throws than that. We were 30 for 36, but 83.3%. We were 13 of 32 from the free throw line, from the 3-point line, which works out to 40.6. So they actually made one more three than us. Yeah, they made one more three than us. As far as overall field goals, we were 43 of 89. They were 48 of 86. So we were 48.3 overall. Whatever the case may be. He said, I always imagine what Taylor Hendricks would perform in Johnson. Taylor Hendricks is everything we hoped John would be, or he has the potential to be. The defensive upside is already there, and he can shoot threes well, right? The more we get him acclimated, just the sooner it goes. Bills or Chiefs, give me the Bills. Mm-hmm. Explosive play edge is not there for the Chiefs. I mean, could they get it back? Yes, but I don't think they will. Hey, every small market player gets multiple 30-plus point games, and everyone wants to shop the other teams. Yeah, it's irritating. Insanity run finally over. Nah, we not done yet, Koozie. We not done yet. Tell them we not done yet, Koozie. Don't buy into the hype. Nah, this was a tough loss. It was a close game, but we not done yet. We'll be back next game. As an Eagles fan, I'm rooting for the Kansas City's downfall every single time from game here. Go Bills. I'm weak. Funny how becoming a fan works. I'm only a fan of the Warriors because I was going to be a fan of any team that beats Brown in the 2015 playoffs. Him leaving the Heat, my former favorite team, really hurt. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Never went back since. I'm weak. So I'm a Bills fan because I'm a Josh. Okay, Josh Allen fan, that'll do it. We need to get our defense healthy. Yeah, just upgrading my network. Ailey. Fire. Whenever, but yeah, Lee, just let me know whenever our collab comes, or whenever our collab fully uploads. And then, should I still debut it tonight? 250 megabytes at 3 gigabytes is crazy. Yeah, that's great. Should I still upload it tonight, you think? I'm gonna upload it tonight if you send it to me. Best Bills, baby. I want Detroit to win it all now, though. Would be awesome story. Fair play. All right, to go over our big numbers, right? Fontecchio. Well, who played the most minutes? Lowry played the most minutes, then Clarkson, then Collin Sexton, then Fontecchio. So Fontecchio was 4 of 9 from the field, 2 of 7 from the 3-point line, hit both of his free throws, had 5 boards, 2 assists, a steal, and only 1 turnover, had 12 points, box score plus minus of a +2. We had 7. He went 7 of 13 from the field, 2 of 4 from the 3-point line, 10 of 11 from the free throw line, which was really good. Again, another double-digit free throw game. We like those. He had 10 boards, put together a double-double, 4 assists, right? A steal and only 1 turnover. He had 26 points on the field and only had box score plus minus of literally 0, a net of 0. John Collins, 7 of 11, 63.6%, 1 of 5 from 3. Hit all 6 of his free throws, though. 4 boards, 1 assist, 1 block, 2 turnovers. He did have 5 personal fouls and then 21 points on the night, but box score plus minus of a -19, which was obviously the lowest of the game. Sexton was 10 of 19, 52.6%. He actually took the most free throws in the game, 1 more than Clarkson, hit 3 more than Clarkson. 4 of 7 from 3, 7 of 10 from the free throw line. He had 1 rebound, which was literally the offensive rebound at the very end of the game that we needed so desperately. After he missed that 1 free throw, he ended up grabbing that. 7 assists, 1 steal, and 2 turnovers. Nice. That's a great ratio. 4 personal fouls, 31 points that led the team. He had a box score plus minus of a +4. We had Chris Dunn, obviously in his 13 minutes, 0 of 2 from the field, 1 rebound, 6 assists, 1 turnover. He did have 4 personal fouls, so he picked up one more in the next 8 minutes that he played, and then he was box score plus minus of a -2. Jordan Clarkson, meanwhile, the glorious six man that he is, 7 of 18 from the field, didn't shoot great. 38.7% from the field, but he was 3 of 5 from the 3-point line. Hit the one free throw that he took, had 2 offensive rebounds, and then 5 assists to only 1 turnover. 18 points, box score plus minus of a -3. Keontae in 13, basically 14 minutes, was 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from the 3-point line, had 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 2 turnovers, 3 points, box score plus minus of a -9, which was the second lowest on the team. So understandably so, he played pretty low minutes. Ochai, 1 of 1 from the field, went 2 of 3 from the free throw line, had 1 board, 1 assist, 2 steals, and 2 turnovers. To go along with that 1 personal foul, he had 4 points overall. His box score plus minus was the next lowest at a -8, surprisingly. He did end up only playing 14 minutes in the game, so it made sense. Kelly Olynyk, 17 minutes, 3 of 7 from the field, missed both of his 3-pointers, hit his 1 free throw, 2 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 1 turnover. Did have 3 personal fouls, 7 points, and box score plus minus of a -5. And then, of course, Walker Kessler, the man with the highest box score plus minus with that +15 that was mentioned earlier. He was 3 of 4 from the field in 24 minutes, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Those obviously came late. He had 11 rebounds, 5 of which were offensive rebounds. He had 1 assist, 1 steal, 3 blocks, and 1 turnover, and only 1 personal foul. So really solid defensive stand. You can't really ask for much more from the guy. He had 7 points and had a box score plus minus of a +15. All in all, solid game from the guys. Nobody had a terrible game. Jordan Clarkson shot a little rough from the field overall, and John Collins' 3 ball wasn't falling, and defensively things weren't perfect for him. But overall, I'm not mad with anybody particular's performance. Gavin, you out? I'll see you, boy. 10 minutes left. Nice. Want to edit the last part out? You could post it tomorrow. Nah, it's okay. We can leave it. Lee. Just authenticity, I guess. I don't know. This Williams is a monster, but it's a good game. Yeah, he got the job done. OKC fans watch YouTube after most wins the next day around 10 a.m. Eastern. Oh, for real? I mean, we can. Worst case scenario, I can put it actually on my other channel if need be. The Thunder were unbeatable tonight. They could have beat a team with MJ, Kareem, Magic, and Jesus in their primes, though. Nah, that would have been the one. That would have been the one. That would have actually floored me, if I'm being honest. Let me see. The door's quaking. Yeah. Sexton has totally won me over. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta run to the bathroom. Struggling. Yeah, you left it. Hold up, go on, run it out there real quick. I'm back. Apologies. Who was out? Logic was out. Good night, Logic. I know I just got to that late. My fault, buddy. A little turmoil over here. Chris, what's up, my guy? He said, took the L, but good game. Did you hear they apparently scrapped the icon jersey for Jazz? For real? Wow. I did not see that. That's crazy. Well, we'll take it. So bad if you read it out of context. My bad. Don't kiss. Oh my goodness. I just read that in the context that you were thinking of, Zach. I'm weak. Plan on staying a Jazz fan, even if they theoretically change the whole roster up. Yeah. This channel was built on the Jazz, so it's gonna stay about the Jazz. Yeah. 100%. Should get views tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out, Lee. We'll see how it shakes out. He said, you ain't canceled for now, Zach. Yeah. If Danny trades Sexton to the Lakers, I'll personally drive to his house and egg it. I'm not going to lie. That would actually make me very irritated because there's really no key pieces that I would want back from the Lakers, if I'm being real with you. Because you can't get that tenacity, that energy, and that drive from just anybody. And Sexton was that guy for us that just had it. He had that swagger about himself. If you trade Sexton at all, I'll drive to his house and on his porch. You think the Utah Jazz can defeat OKC on a rematch, and how? This was a really good game, right? Even if they have Lou Dort back, theoretically, it is a winnable game, right? Big thing starting out. Got to run proper zones. John Collins is not going to be an ultimate plus, so he can't really play the entire time. Chris Dunn can't get in foul trouble the way that he did so early in the game, so that in that way we can keep Lauri Markkanen really on the floor. Not just on the floor, but like effectively engaged in the offensive game plan. Now, granted, Collin Sexton was a very good distributor today, and Jordan Clarkson did his own thing similarly. Between the two of them, they had 12 assists, and if you count Chris Dunn, they had 18 out of the 33 assists. So really solid showing from all of those boys. I would expect really just ball movement. Everybody can shoot roughly what they shot today. Jordan Clarkson needs to dial it back a little bit, 7 of 18. In the end, since we lost by such a close margin, there's so many things you could talk about. Oh, if this guy did a little bit better. But it really boils down to John Collins' lack of hitting his threes and his lack of defensive ability. And then Walker Kessler, his limited offensive arsenal to a sense, along with Jordan Clarkson's inefficiency from the field, and then the period of time that Keontae George played. That was just rough. But it's definitely winnable. I think we have a chance in a 7-game series. You wouldn't want Reeves if they offer. While Reeves is a good player, he doesn't necessarily fit the role. I don't think. The thing is, Reeves, while he is a good scorer, he's not the same dog mentality type of guy. And there is a certain level of ego about him. As opposed to, like, is there ego with Clarkson? Yes. Is there ego with Sexton? Yes. But it's a different type of ego, if that makes sense. It's kind of like brown sugar and just your regular white granulated sugar. They're both sugar, but they both have different not flavors, but like it's two different styles of the same named thing, right? They all have egos, but it's all not the same. If that makes sense. Mm-mm-mm. This was definitely one of the better showings that we've had out of this team for certain, though. Like, no questions asked. We said, let me see. If you, Zach had an out of body shooting night tonight, and Dunn had foul trouble. I don't think those two things happen again the same night. Share the video. Yep, I just saw it. Yes, sir. I'm an LA kid in love with the Lakers, but there's straight up nothing the Lakers could give to Utah for Sexton, in my opinion. Fair play. Brown sugar's better on brown sugar all day. If we can defeat OKC, then who's a player that can match or defend against William the Monster? So Jalen Williams had it. He's like that, right? Like that, but at the same time, he's not like that. Like, this is not a normal run-of-the-mill experience for a team that played against him. So he just really had he specifically had a going-off performance. Shea was 8 of 15. Josh was 8 of 16. Chet was 6 of 16. He was the only guy that really did us dirty. He was 11 of 14, 4 of 5 from 3, went 1 for 2 from the free throw line, and had 8 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 2 turnovers. So he's going to be a problem regardless, but just avoiding him going off like that is going to be a big key. Spices are nice for brown sugar. Mm-hmm. Sexton is mismatched against Williams. Mm-hmm. Fair play. Oh, yeah. What Lee said, like and sub. Yes, sir. Go Utah Jazz. Go Jazz. Fan for life. Okay. What's up, Jackson? When you have League Pass, do you get to pick what broadcast you want? Yes, you do. It's like a little clear thing in the middle of the screen. You'll click the drop down and it lets you pick the home team or the away team. Usually. I haven't encountered a game where I wanted to watch the away teams thing or the opposing teams broadcast, but yeah, it is an option for sure. Tough loss. Both teams fought hard. Yeah, it was a great game, especially that last 3 minutes. Epic, 100%. Glad to have you pop in here, brother. But yeah, this was definitely one of them ones. It was one of them ones, boys. Think Basketball made a video on Will Hardy. Oh yeah, I gotta watch that as soon as I hop off. Let me tell y'all, they got an interview before me. I'm sick. I'm playing. Sexton MVP game for real. Sexton's a dog. If Collin develops more passing wise, can we call him a true combo guard? I think so. Strictly looking at him as a 2 is underrating him. Yes, because he has taken that step to add that passing to his game and genuinely worked on it. You gotta respect it. He demands that you respect it at this point, right? Because we didn't think that he was going to do this. I personally thought he was going to be less turnover prone, and then he was. I thought he was going to be an efficient scorer, and he was. I didn't know that he was going to be a much better passer. I thought he was going to get a little better. I didn't think he was going to be this much better, right? A 3.5 or 4-ish to 1 assist to turnover ratio is great, especially if you're Collin Sexton, because nobody expects that of you. So if you can consistently do that and you can give me 7, 8 assists a night, yeah, give me all that, honestly. Would a Wiggins trade be something y'all interested in for defense if he just needed a change in scenery? Wiggins is so confusing because I don't actually know why he's bad right now. That's my concern. Overall, I like what he is defensively, right? And in theory, he's a solid offensive player. He's not going to be your superstar. He's going to be a pretty solid player. Maybe he just needs to go back to Canada. Maybe the Raptors need to trade for him, and then we're gonna see a resurgence. I don't know, but definitely not. Definitely not ideal. Whatever the case may be. If I am to be so frank. And I am. It's always these last love family vibes. My family. It is, Lee. You already know. You already know what it is, Lee. We just vibe, man. We just vibe. That's the best we can do. Mm-hmm. Rockets game is a big standings game. What's going on in the Rockets game? Talk to me, Flair. What's up, Carter? Yes, sir. Oh, David, I didn't even realize that was your first comment, bro. How you doing tonight, brother? They're close to y'all in the standings. How high above us? Like, how many games out are we from them? Steve Kerr Dre is the answer to anything bad happening in Golden State Warriors. Probably, yep. Who are the Rockets playing, by the way? Sexton is a combo guard, allows him to play with any other guard. Granted, we all know who the passer is at that time. I think the problem playing with him with Clarkson. It's like Spider-Man meme. Yeah, but yeah. It's just like Clarkson's like less efficient. That's the only thing. But yeah, no, I'm with you all the way actually on that one. That's a great comparison. 2 games at the moment. All right. Mm-hmm. God bless y'all in chat. For real, for real. Wait, 1.5 games after the loss? Okay. Okay, cool. Chilling dude, just on a business trip again. You're always on a business trip, Carter. You really be making Carter, what do you do for a living, brother? Talk to me. What do you do? What do you do? You're always one thing about Carter is he's always gonna be standing on business. Literally. Business trip every time he on here. You said month of January, a lot of travel. I'm doing all right. Recorded a video with Lee earlier today. So as soon as it downloads for me, I'm gonna go ahead and start uploading it to my channel. Probably won't be up until it's 12:30 for me. So probably 1:30 for me is 11:30 p.m. for y'all. So I'll probably put it up around then. I was gonna delay it until tomorrow, but I was like, nah, I might as well just let it rock. So that's what I'll probably end up doing. And then we'll just go from there. The game, it was a great game. Especially really the first quarter was ugly, but the adjustments that we made, just getting better progressively and outscoring them in the second, third, and fourth quarter, really dogging it out. Those things were really important, and I'm glad that we were able to make things happen the way that we did. But all those things come with good time, and overall, I was happy with what I saw. I'm not gonna lie to you. You said our project manager for Wi-Fi networking company. That'll do it. That'll do it. I understand now. Good to hear you doing pretty decent. Yes, sir. Yep. Definitely being in better spirits. The past little bit. Definitely a lot better than I was before. This cloud will be faster, have much better upload speed. Hey, we'll get it done one way or another, Lee. We'll be good. We'll be good. But yeah, man. It was an experience to say the least. An experience to say the least. It would be better if y'all tanked one more time instead of trying this year. So low key, it's about conveying the pick. And I'd rather give up this pick this year than one in a draft that actually matters. And considering we're a lot better than a lot of people pegged us to be, that's really the biggest difference. Because that puts us in a situation to where we basically we're not just a fringe playoff team. I think we're firmly in the playoffs. If we started like this in the beginning of the season, it'd be like fifth, sixth, fifth, sixth seed type thing. So really one-ish piece away from being into that next level where you can call us a contender. So in that sense, I wouldn't say tank, just because this draft, even if we keep this pick, we're not going to get anybody super crazy. That'd be the only thing for me. Tested positive for COVID for the 6th time. Epic. Goodness, brother. Are you okay? 6. Golly. It was about conveying this draft sucks, yeah. I'm with Lee. What in the world? Trying to win. If we're at a top 10, it goes to OKC. Yeah. I'd rather give OKC the weakest pick instead of bolstering them when they're already this good. Because we're going to have to see these guys every year for the next 5 to 10. So I want them to have the least leg up as possible. See y'all in the next one. I feel so sick. Have a good stream. Yo, Epic, take care of yourself, please. Make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure you sleep well. Make sure you get a little bit of exercise in too. Even if you do body weight squats, some push-ups, some ab work, just sweat a little bit in your room. Yeah, don't no. Be careful, please. Especially if this is 6th time. I don't know. I thought people were praying on my downfall. Somebody got a voodoo doll with Epic. Goodness. 6? That's crazy. Is that not crazy? That's crazy. Yeah. Please take care of yourself. If the Jazz keep this trajectory, they'll have 50 wins. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. 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 But yeah, overall, this was really good. Mm-hmm. Future rivalry between the Jazz and OKC. That's the way it's shaping up. I'm not going to lie. And it's going to be some very entertaining games going forward. Like borderline the way. I would love for the rivalries to feel like how when Boston plays the Lakers, like how serious people take that kind of thing. Or like Boston against the Heat. I want that level of intensity amped, though. Like I want it amped for real. But yeah. That's what I'm saying, Lee. 6 is insane. But I mean, life comes at you fast, and it doesn't do what you want it to do. I see the Jazz need to make a trade, in my opinion, to be a playoff team for me because they seem mid at best. Plus, you got better. You got to be better than Houston, the Warriors, and the Lakers in the standings, which are good teams. We're still ahead of the Warriors and the Lakers right now, correct? Houston, I think right now we play Houston, we handle Houston. So I'm not really worried about them. That's why I think we're better than really there's like 4, 5-ish teams in the West where if we play them straight up, like if we had to play those 5 teams on repeat for the rest of the season, they would wax us. Or not wax us, but they would win more games than they lose against us. But everybody else, nah. Like even the Suns. The Suns can't stay healthy for 1. For 2, they can score, but they can't guard forth anything. And we're a much better defensive team than them. at full health. I like us in that matchup. Yeah. Fontecchio sounds bad, but I do. Yeah. So those teams other than the Rockets will make trades to get better. The thing is, who's going to give the Lakers and Warriors help? That's my question. At this point, more so, the one interesting thing that I saw a creator talk about was the fact that the Jazz are playing so well, so like late-ish into the season. It's going to force teams like the Lakers and the Warriors to make trades to capitalize on LeBron James, like the last bit they can get out of him and the last bit that the Warriors can get out of Curry. And they were like, the smartest move is obviously, if you're a team like that, go into a rebuild, right? If LeBron is aging and you look like you're not going to make the playoffs and you think you're not going to make the playoffs with Darvin Ham as your head coach, go ahead, trade LeBron, get something back, and start a rebuild. But we also got to remember, it's the Lakers and the Warriors we're talking about. These are big name teams. So they don't have the luxury of just taking a year off and tanking. That's not something that's ever been smiled upon. So they're in a position where they have to find a way to make something happen. They got to call in all sorts of favors to make something happen. And it's crazy, but I do understand. Yeah, but to that, okay, I don't know, but the Lakers felt like they got help last season. The trades they made were crazy. The biggest thing about the Lakers, and the reason why I do genuinely believe that Darvin Ham is the issue, is like the rosters, the lineups that were the most beneficial for them last season, like especially in the second half leading into the playoffs and even in the playoffs, he doesn't run. He does not run those five players on the court together. Like, to the point where I think that one lineup included obviously LeBron, 80, Vando. Was it Vando, D'Lo, and we were just talking about him coming here. Reeves. I think that was the line. It's played less than a game's worth of minutes together on the court this entire season, which is baffling to me. Because I don't care about my forget my philosophy. This is a big market team. I'm supposed to look good because now everybody's blaming Darvin Ham. And in press conferences, he's fueling the fire. He's not backing anything off. But he's not taking accountability for any of the wrongs. He's not giving proper answers. He's just saying, oh, it's a marathon. You can't get caught up in the little things. It's like, brother, your last 12 games have been horrible. What do you mean it's a marathon? That's over an eighth of the season. That's a little over eighth of the season. What do you mean it's a marathon? It's almost over. We're already past the halfway point now. It's time to lock in. If you're gonna start trying, if you're actually gonna be a coach, now's the time. Really, last week was, and the week before that, but let's go. And he's not there. He's not there. Outside of Portland, the Northwest Division kind of stacked. Let me pull this up. Womp womp. Standings. Here we go. Rockets, Warriors, Memphis. Wait, what is this? Oh no, this is just overall. Okay, never mind. I was about to say. Dang. We should have been closer on Phoenix's butt. If we won this game. It's okay. I'm not super irritated about it. It's just dang. Sort by division. Okay. We said who outside of Portland. Ah, here we go. Okay, so the Nuggets. I like our matchups against the Nuggets. The Thunder. That's the toughest one. Okay, no, that's not the toughest one. The Timberwolves is the toughest one. The Thunder is the most challenging one. Challenging in the fact that we can win that game. Toughest as in they should handle us. That said, hold on. Actually, let me look at the overall playoff picture, and I'll tell y'all what I'm feeling right now. So, understanding how the players are built and what they look, the teams are built and how they look at their best. Minnesota is objectively a better team. The Thunder right now are objectively a better team. The Nuggets are supposed to be a better team because they beat most people, right? The Clippers are playing their best brand of basketball yet, right? So that's 4 teams. We have the tiebreaker over the Pelicans. We're 2-1 against them. The Dallas Mavericks we handled last time, but we split the series. So people can really feel either way. Luka Doncic has those boys playing differently. I trust our team sense over that, honestly, at this point. But the fact remains when we didn't have our stuff together, they stood on business. The Kings, right? I actually think I'm not super concerned about the Warriors, the Lakers, or the Suns. I think the Kings are going to be the team that keeps us out of being a top 6 team. And then we're stuck in the waters where we deal with in a play-in world against Dallas, the Suns, the Lakers, and either the Warriors or the Rockets. If the Warriors manage to pull off a trade to help Steph and it works, then it'll be the Warriors. But if they can't pull off a trade, it's going to be the Rockets. I'd rather it be the Rockets. I'm not going to lie. They don't have that playoff pedigree, that playoff success. Give me the Rockets, right? In that situation. Because 2 teams got to advance. Give us the 7th seed, maybe the 8th seed. I don't want to be 9th or 10th, right? Give me 7th or 8th. Let me have the Rockets and the Mavericks in games. Leave the Lakers to themselves. And just go from there. But yeah, Sacramento is the thing is with Sacramento, it's different because they are a bad matchup for us. Like the Nuggets, we like playing because they're a good matchup for us. We can win those games. The Timberwolves are another bad matchup for us. We don't like playing the Timberwolves because of the way they are. The Clippers are kind of a toss-up, but the way they're playing right now, they would be a bad matchup for us. The Pelicans, that's a good matchup. The Mavericks, that's a good matchup. The Suns, coin flip, but I don't hate that matchup, right? I'd rather play the Suns than the Kings any night. Similarly, I'd rather play the Lakers right now than the Kings any night. This, I don't know. It's just my thought process at the very least. But objectively looking at the standings, yes, we're definitely a playing team, right? We're definitely a playing team. In my eyes. But yeah, you said Utah, Minnesota, Denver, and OKC are all tough teams to play. Nobody coming to our division winning that easy game unless they play Portland. Yeah, realistically, Portland's the only one that's taking a real backseat. Y'all saw how Kyle Kuzma was sitting there talking about people losing to the Detroit Pistons just to lose to the Detroit Pistons the next time he played them. Crazy stuff. They say be careful what you wish for. He was talking trash and then lost like trash. Crazy stuff. But yeah, guys, that's all I had cooking. Feel good? Well, not feel good. I mean, but overall, I like where we're at. I don't hate the way this season has turned out, honestly. More so how this game ended up turning out, though. How tough is the Jazz schedule down the stretch? I don't love the schedule. I also don't hate it. Matter of fact, let me see something real quick. Let me see if they have a Utah Jazz strength of schedule. Here we go. Here we go. NBA remaining strength of schedule. That's what I'm talking about. Wait, where are we? Okay, Utah has the ninth best strength of schedule at a 5-1-0. 39 games left. We're tied for the least amount of games left, along with Chicago, who also has 39 to go. We play the Celtics once. Okay, so here's our toughest opponents. This is actually a good topic. Good catch. You said good thing Phoenix and Mavs played almost all the bad teams at the beginning. Now they got to do all the tough ones. Yep. So we play the Celtics one more time, the Timberwolves twice, the Bucks one more time, OKC twice, the Nuggets twice, and the Sixers one more time. The easiest opponents will be 2 games against the Wizards, 2 games against the Spurs, 2 games against the Hornets, a game against the Nets, 2 games against the Hawks, and 4 games against the Warriors. Those Warrior games, I'll tell you right now, are going to be the biggest key ones that we have down the stretch, because those are ones we have to get. We need all of those. Not just from a tie-breaking standpoint, but just from a simple, that's 4 games. That's 4. We can't. I really don't want us to even go 3-1. I don't want to lose at Oracle. I want to win all of them convincingly. I want to leave no doubt. Give me those 4 W's. Move us 4 more games over 500, and then we'll play out the rest as we may. But yeah, that's how I'm feeling, at least as it stands. Of course, remains to be changed. Bad thing is that after the deadline, they might be tougher. True. Only time will tell. Unfortunately, we don't have any guarantees as to what that time is looking like, but we'll see how things shake out. But yeah. Any other thoughts before we go ahead and close this bad boy down for the night, gentlemen? Or are we all good to go? All right. Well, it was an interesting game. It took a lot out of us. Took a lot out of them. And while the result didn't end up being the way that we wanted it to be, it was still a quality game nevertheless. With that being said, thanks for tuning in to this live stream. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, turn on post notifications, become a member of the channel to get the videos faster than anybody else, and help support the production of more videos. Appreciate y'all boys spending the evening with me. Hope that y'all get well rested. For those that are, on American time. If you're somewhere else and you're working right now, I hope your work day goes well, and we live to enjoy another Utah Jazz victory down the road. With that being said, thanks for tuning in this video. And as always, good morning, good evening, good night, no matter where you're on the globe watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you boys in the next one. Peace.